So, do we have everyone on the call today? Oh, still people are joining. Let's wait for a minute now. Let's not waste much time. Then we'll start. Okay, so let's start. Team, hello everyone. Good evening, good morning. So, yesterday
Hi.
we went through the LWC basics, introduction, and what is the anatomy of LWC, what are the structures, how we create LWC, and what is the tool used to create Lightning Web Component, and how do we publish them onto the Salesforce record pages, and all those things. So, do you guys any doubts from the previous session? If you anything you didn't understood, anything you want me to clarify, please, I'll give you a minute to come up with your questions. Then we'll go with your assignment and then we'll cover up today's topic. Seems like no questions. Okay, so I'll take the silence as no. About the assignment. So, did you were you able to complete that? And if anyone wants to come forward with that update, don't worry guys, I won't judge you anything. It's very important if you are able to do it, if you are able to make any progress. So we can discuss it if you and what are the challenges you faced in that assignment. Please let me know.
I wasn't able to complete it, so I just, I was wondering if you could just show us, or I don't know how everyone else did, but
So Linda,
yeah.
what was the challenge you faced? How
Well,
did you start it? Where did you start? You need to show me those things so that I
I'm
can.
just, yeah, I'm still at the
Hmm.
beginning stage. So I had problems
Hmm.
with uh, the visual code, and whatnot. I had problems with
Hmm.
that and bringing that up. So I was trying to do what you did yesterday, and I was just trying to find them
Hmm.
out. So I was just wondering if I don't know how if anybody else did anything, but I
Okay.
wasn't able to complete it. No,
No worries.
at all.
Can you please share your screen? Open up the VS Code. I'll help you out.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't start it, but
If
yeah, if I can show it to you. I didn't
no,
start it, so
no worries, no worries. Take your
okay.
time. Take your time. No worries.
Uh,
Anyone else who has got the same similar issues and wanted me to go through those? Anyone who was able to complete it, please raise your hand. Anyone who was able to make a little bit of progress, that is also appreciated. Please
Yeah,
let me know.
I'm able to complete Mohit. If you want, I can share screen.
Yeah, that is good, Amrita. Please do so. And Linda, I'll request you to keep your VS Code ready so that meanwhile we go through the Amrita's code. I'll parallelly explain you the same as well, so you can perform those steps parallelly. It will be easy for you. I'll do not worry. We'll go with your pace. So just let us know once your VS is up and running. Okay.
Yeah, just let me know once my screen is
Yeah,
visible.
your screen was visible.
Yeah, so what I did, I created one LWC component, display opportunity data. So, display opportunity data. This is my HTML.
Mm-hmm.
So
Just a
here,
second. So display opportunity data. Okay, lightning card. Can you scroll it to the right little bit? Icon name, template, LWCF. div class, name, stage, amount, and amount is okay. Formatted number, you added that. Okay. So are you able? Okay, that's good. That's a very good one. The JS one you imported all those things, the fields you use the wire. And may I know why did you use the wire decorator over here?
Because I want to use the data from
Mm-hmm.
Salesforce and get record,
Mm-hmm.
and I
Mm-hmm.
want to save that data to my opportunity variable.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I've used wire method.
Mm, so we can do that as well using Apex call as well,
Yeah, but I
right?
do not wanted to use that Apex class because I just want an opportunity record right data. So that's why I
Mm-hmm.
used UI record API.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So I used get record and get field value because I'm interested in only that specific record.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Sounds good. Yeah, I was just testing those things if you remember. So that's good. Thanks a lot. And after that, what is the use of this line number 15?
Line number 15 is basically these are the attributes, name, stage, and opportunities what I'm accessing in my HTML. So
Mm-hmm.
these are the getter setter. So setter is not required because it is getting fetched from the get record. So setter is automatically taken care. And I'm just using this getter method so that fields can be accessible here in my HTML template.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Seems like you did a lot of homework. You went through the documentation and you know all these getter setters and JavaScript coding as well. Because looking at your code seems like you have a good experience in that. So that's good. That's good. You did that. Uh, so audience here, Linda, especially you, let me. Were you able to open up your VS Code?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Amruta, can you go back to your HTML
Yeah,
once?
I'll go through that. And here I've created a lightning record page. And in
Mm-hmm.
that lightning record page, I have added this LWC component, and
Great.
I've given the filter
Opportunity details.
visibility.
So
So I
you added
have
a filter on the lightning record page or in the component itself?
for a component, no, in the lightning record page visibility.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So this is I have created three opportunities for this account: India head office, UK head office, and US head office. In India head office,
Hmm.
this will not be visible because stage is still in meet and present. So here you will not find this component.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. So can you go to the HTML? Mainly, our today course is mainly focused on this HTML JavaScript code that Amruta has already completed. I'll be explaining you all these things that she has written over here in HTML and in JavaScript. So Linda, don't worry about that. Uh, and meanwhile, I'll just give you a brief overview of how she was able to do it. Okay, and what these statements means, so that when I cover those topics today, you will have better understanding and you will be able to relate it to this code. Okay, so this is a HTML file. As we discussed yesterday, whenever we create LWC, it IDE automatically creates three files for us: HTML, JavaScript, and our metadata file. And in HTML, we basically develop the structure of the function of the component that is visible onto the UI. So in this HTML, this template is a outermost tag that is used. Inside that, we have used lightning card. This is optional. you can if you use it, it looks good as a user experience. And this is a specific syntax that you have to use. There is no rocket science in that. Lightning card title, you can give any title to it. Icon name, there are icons provided by Salesforce on their documentation. You can copy those names and paste it over here. Next comes is a template. Okay, and this template, inside this template, you have to, you can use if else conditions or true false based on your variable. And I see, Amrita, you have used yeah, so if your data is coming not null, then the below structure will display it as it's not. Okay, so after template there is a div is basically a division that is being used in HTML to create a row of data. In a layman terms, if I say, whenever we open a notebook, okay, and if I ask you, hey Linda, can you please write one statement as hello world? So you choose first line, and then if I say, Linda, can you please write another statement? This is my first LWC component. You choose the next line. So division is basically a kind of a section you can consider, which inside of that we place the text values, which has that gets displayed onto the UI. Did you understand, Linda?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so that's how it is done. And after that, lightning formatted number is there, and there is a closing, opening and closing tag. Okay, so this is how the HTML structure is prepared, and we prepare the structure of the UI. Next comes is the JavaScript, where all the business logic is written, and the entire business functionality is being processed from here. Okay, so that's a good one, Amrita. uh, I really appreciate you. Anyone else who has completed this component in a different way? See, or see, guys, there is no particular way of completing this component or writing this component. Whatever Amrita has done is correct. If anyone has done in another way, that is also correct. If you guys are willing to show me. So there are multiple ways to create this component. Anyone else? No one wants to come forward. Guys, come on. I mean, it's very beneficial for us only. So whatever you guys have done, please showcase in front of us, so that we can find out, we can learn what we missed, we can find out the gaps that were in my last session, and also we all can learn from that. So it's useful. Amrita, you were sharing your WhatsApp. Yeah, you can stop sharing your screen, that's fine. So we are good. So guys, yeah.
I have also used wire.
Okay, Ravi, can you please show? Because the reason why I'm insisting every one of us to show their code, because so that I can explain to those guys who are very new to this section, to this course, and who are very new to this coding part as well. This, so that they can know that coding can be done in multiple ways. And if tomorrow they got deployed on a project and they see a different ways of coding, they should not get confused. So that's why I wanted to show them how a same type of functionality can be written in multiple ways. Yeah, Ravi, we can see your screen. Thanks.
Sorry, just give me 1 second.
No worries. Take your time.
I hope this is visible.
Yeah, this is visible. Okay, so that's another new approach. And
So the
so,
component name is get
get
opportunity details
opportunity details.
LWC.
That's right.
So
And
all I'm
also
doing
one more
is,
thing. Sorry, Ravi. I just wanted to bring up one thing, guys, that I missed yesterday. Naming convention of LWC component. It has to be in a camel case characters. First letter should be small, and then the second letter of the word should be capital. So whatever the Ravi has named it, it's correct. Okay. So yeah, Ravi, please go ahead. So we have to
yeah,
follow the
so
naming convention as well in your project. Giving a proper name is very, very, very important. Like a good code, a naming convention is also very important. Yeah,
okay.
please go ahead, Ravi.
So the first and the easy approach was just to create an LWC with all these three fields on the
Mm-hmm.
opportunity, and then using the conditional visibility in the
Mm-hmm.
lightning record page, which is opportunity record page, but that was through point and click, so it had no coding. I was just using
Right,
conditional
right,
visibility filter,
right.
but then I thought like you mentioned coding, you want to see what we can
Yes,
do when we knew coding. So I thought like
right.
maybe let's ask Perplexity and then get some ideas. So I asked two prompts to it, and then it gave me that it can be done, but it will require a lot of code.
No, no, no,
So
no, Ravi. So for that, you've already completed that. You've already used conditional conditions on line
yes,
number
yes,
two. So for stage, you just
yes,
have to add another statement, and that's it. That was my intention, because
yes.
configuration
So
thing you can easily do it at any point of time. But
correct. So
getting
when
hands-on on this, it's very important. Yeah, please go ahead.
yeah, so when Perplexity said that it can be done using I will show you. Then I thought like that. Let me try that. So all I'm
Mm-hmm.
doing is showing three fields, but showing
Mm-hmm.
three fields conditionally that
Mm-hmm.
if his qualification is true.
Mm-hmm.
If his qualification is true, then only it will show these three fields.
Correct.
And when
Correct.
it will become true and like default value of this variable will be false. That
False.
means
Correct.
um, any record it should not show these three values. But
Correct.
if the stage is qualification, and how I'm checking if stage is qualification is through checking this thing. So I'm using wire because I
Mm-hmm.
want to see the Salesforce uh, current record values. That's why wire is used. Then I want to see the current record because I want to see current records stage value field.
Mm-hmm.
And what fields I want to show? Stage, amount, and close date.
Got it. Correct.
So whatever fields I want to show, those I put them in an array. And because this API, where is it?
Line number 10.
To me, it's like why this bar is coming. Um, for me, yeah, now it's okay. So this API at record ID is kind of will always have the current record ID. So in
Mm-hmm.
our case, whichever record we want to, that record ID will come into this variable. Now we cannot use sockle here uh, to fetch the record values. So internally, wire is doing that work for us, and it
Correct.
is basically getting the field's value. Then we are getting the whole thing data into data variable, and then
Mm-hmm.
from um, basically these three local variables which I created here, they are getting the value of stage, amount, and close date. And then is qualification is checking if the stage name is qualification, then it
Mm-hmm.
becomes true or false,
Right.
whatever is it.
Right.
And then in the what you say template, it is checking if qualification is true, then only it is showing.
Correct. 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 That's a very, very
And
good
this is
explanation.
meta.xml is really plain. It is
Yeah.
just
Yep.
ready for
It's
any
same.
kind of page.
Right. 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 There's one more thing I would like to show to audience here. Can you go back to JS? Yeah. Ravi, when you were explaining wired method, That was a very good explanation, guys. The way Ravi explained the use of wire. Amrita, that's why I asked you that question. Why did you use wire method? You should present that answer in such a way so that the interviewer knows that you have a good grip on the concepts. Wire method is used because you don't want to make an extra SOQL query. There's no need to make a apex call. That's why we you go with the wire method. Your answer was correct. The
But
gap was in the presentation.
wire annotation can is used if you are doing the Apex call as well, right?
That is, yes. So that
It
is
is.
also used to make a apex call, but in our case, we don't need an apex call. So you have to clear that thing to the interviewer as well. So that, see, interviewer is just that's why being an interviewer, that's why I pointed out that thing. So he will not ask you again, why did you say it like that? And then you have to again clarify those things. So it's better.
Yeah, as per my understanding, wire is
Hmm.
basically to align your Salesforce data, to map the Salesforce record data to your JS variable, right? So that can happen through Apex invocation, that is through SOQL, or
Hmm.
that can happen through these Git record APIs, whatever we are using.
Correct.
So
Correct.
wire
Correct.
is annotation is basically mapping your front end and back end is what
It's
I understood.
it's not an annotation, it's a decorator.
Yeah.
So yeah, see, your concepts are good. I'm not doubting on that. It's just the presentation. So as I mentioned, I'll also be correcting you guys and preparing you guys for the interviews. So that's why I brought up this point. So that presentation is very, very important. Okay. That's all. And concept is good. There's no doubt in that. So yeah. Anyone else wants to come forward, or we should start with our today's topic? Last call for that. Anyone? Okay, I'll take the silence as no. Okay, so yeah, if you want me to go ahead, please give me a thumbs up. Great. Thank you so much. Let me share my screen. Please let me know if you guys can see my screen.
Yes. Yes.
Great, thanks. So our today's topic is basics of LWC. Okay, so yesterday we were able to create those three files, the HTML, JavaScript, and metadata. And I gave you an assignment. Most of you guys were able to do it, did your good homework. That's very, very appreciative. And today, now we'll go through those HTML, JavaScript coding and understand how those structures are built. What are the significance of those templates, JavaScript, variables, methods, import statements? What is the significance? What is the meaning behind those things? Those things will be going today. And the events. Events, what is the role of events in LWC? How does it how does it make the life of a comp developer easy when to build a complex business functionality? So let's be starting with HTML templates. So if you remember, when you wrote that code for opportunity details in HTML, there was a opening and closing tag of template. So this HTML template is basically defines the structure of the UI of that component that you are trying to build. And that is only the UI part. Just like whenever we build something, whether we are building an houses or a cart or anything that we build, we always try to first of all design the UI, how it will look like. So similarly, this is the HTML file is the one that takes care of the UI. that you are trying to build for your component. Inside that, that template is basically the you can consider it's a rule book. If you put anything inside that template, it will try to read it and process it accordingly, whatever you have written. So Linda and the other guys who are very very new to these things, I am just explaining you in very layman terms that these templates are syntax which the web Salesforce or the web standards has created, that you have to use it. And whatever you write inside these things, inside template tag, it will be processed and it will be understood by the machine, and it will process and create it for you. Each LWC component must have one HTML file that we know it, and with this, its name should be same. And we should not manipulate the name of this HTML JavaScript file at any point of time. No, it has to remain same. Only one template, this template is mandatory, and only one route is allowed. You should not put two template tags. Okay. And there should not be any inline JS inside the JavaScript, inside the, sorry, HTML. Logic has to be written in JavaScript. Our LWC component are secure by default, so there is no need to put any on click in JS function inside the HTML tab inside the HTML like we used to do it in other technologies. So there is another thing. Now, how to display the data in HTML? Now we have developed the structure. We wrote the we added the template tags, and now inside that, you'll ask me, hey Mohit, how should I display the data inside that? Yesterday you showed us by adding a paragraph, but no, my requirement is something that I don't want to add it like this. Want to edit in a different way. So here we goes. You have to add a curly braces and add a variable inside that. This, whatever the variable name that you will add it inside the curly braces, this variable name will capture or will take the value from the JavaScript. This, as I mentioned, that you asked me, hey Mohit, I want to display the data in a different way. I don't want to hard code it. I want to capture it dynamically or from the client side. So that's how we can do it. That's another way to display the data in HTML. And when you write this statement in HTML, this name has to be declared in JavaScript. This is how we declare the variable in JavaScript, straightforward. Okay. Now comes the conditional rendering. Like many of you were able to understand it, and it will be easy for you to relate it. So conditional rendering is the, we can say, if else statement, but in HTML. Like we write if else in Apex. If this condition is true, then process else. If no, then else if, like this. So similarly, we have those statements in HTML also. So that you can display the data based on your requirement or based on the conditions that is needed in your LWC component. So for that, we have provided with these types of conditional rendering: if true, if false, LWC if, LWC else if, and we can use it as per our needs. So this is how we have to do it. These conditional rendering has to be used inside the template. You have to add a template tag, and inside that you have to use like this: if colon true equals to, and this is a variable name which is declared in JavaScript. And then you have to close the template tag. Make sure whatever the tag that you are opening up, you have to close it. And inside that, whatever is written is processed by the browser. The significance of using conditional rendering is showing or hiding the sections so that we can process multiple business logic inside a single component. For a small component, this doesn't make sense, but when you go to the next level and you have a very big requirement of creating a component that processes a lot of business logic, in that case, this plays a pivotal role. Just like I gave you a assignment yesterday for opportunity stage. Yes, you can use configurational conditioning conditional as well, but those configurational things might not work when your component is too big, when there are multiple components in the picture which are communicating. So in that case, you have to use this type of conditional rendering. Next comes is the iteration. If you guys, as I know, you know Apex very well. And in Apex, we have for loop, uh, for loop, do while loop. And similarly, we also have for loop in HTML, which is called as for each directive. So in order to use the for loop, how it can be done? See, to use the for loop, we have to first enable the template. And in this UL is a line tag. Okay. We have to use that, open up the template, and then you have to write for colon each equals to curly braces and the variable name. After that, for colon item. This colon item equals to double inverted commas and then the variable name. This variable name is like a pointer, like we create a for loop in Apex, right? For brackets, integer I equals to 0, I less than equals to so and so value, colon I plus plus. Similarly, it works here. This is a pointer for every item in the contact. Key is very important. Key, and whatever we are printing of, this is a first row that will be captured equals to contact.id, and then we are printing these two values on the UI. Li is the line, first line. Okay, and we are printing the ID and the name on the UI.
So
And
here
then
the contact is a map or list?
contact is a list here.
Okay.
Okay, but you can also use in order, you can also this loop always runs on the list part. So if you are having a map in JavaScript, you have to get those values inside in a list and use it. Also, there are other ways. If you want to use map, then to get those values, you have to use the square brackets and get those values out there. Okay. So in JavaScript, we are using this array, okay, which has ID colon 1, name colon, and this array of two values, two rows, ID, which where we have added two names, two values, Amit and Neha. So this is how we iterate over a list of data in HTML. Any doubts in HTML
Yeah.
templates? Yes, please.
Mohit, if you go back to the previous slide, um, there is one template, right? You mentioned that template can be only in one group, but I can see like two templates there.
Yes. So
Yeah.
that template is for if you are using conditional rendering, or if you are using a for loop. So if without
Okay.
that, if you place another template, it will give you a compiler.
Okay.
So yeah, so you cannot use this duplicate
How
twice. You
can
can use.
one question I have in line to Naveen has asked, how can we
Mhm.
decide how to use a template, new template tag within a template? What is the logic should be?
So yes, please. Okay. So basically, this is a biconventional. If first of all, you have to be very clear with the requirement. Let me take the example of a yesterday assignment. You were asked to display the opportunity data, and I'll consider your code. You have added, you're checking whether the opportunity data variable has values or not, right? So that's how you'll come to know that whether I should add a if statement over there or not. Am I going right in a right direction to your question, Amrita?
Yeah, that is correct. So that is my if
Mm-hmm.
condition. I'm using
Mm-hmm.
it. That's why I
So,
have
mm-hmm.
decided to use another template. But
Right. So,
within
mm-hmm.
that template, if I'm again using a template and
Mm-hmm.
I'm not having any conditional things. So
Hmm.
how can I decide, do I need to use a template or not?
No, no, it will work with them. If you try to remove the template, it will give you a compiler. So that's the syntax. You have to use this conditional rendering for loops. It works inside the template tags only.
Okay.
That's the stuff. Yeah, that's the thing that you need to keep in mind. If you try to do it now parallelly. Remove the template tag and see how it should give you a compiler.
Mm-hmm.
Because HTML won't be able to understand what is this. So that's why you have to use it inside the template. Okay, and yeah, did I answer your question, Naveen
Yeah,
and Amrit?
yeah, understood now.
Great.
Yes.
Okay, anyone else? Okay, I'll take the silence as no. Let's move further. Now comes up, we were able to understand how we can display the data and how we can display the data in conditionally, and also if we have multiple data, then how we can display that. But now comes up a new problem that I want user came to me, hey Mohit, yeah, data is visible to me in a very good way. I'm very much impressed. But now the data looks static. I cannot do anything with it. I just wanted to perform a user input action. How can I do it? I want to submit my action uh, so that I'm pretty much sure whether the data which is presented to me looks correct or not. So how can we do that? So in that case, I'll tell him that we have been provided with events handling in HTML, and using those listeners, we can achieve that. Now, what are those listeners? As we all know, we whenever we surf web, we came across a lot of web pages, even Salesforce, and we encounter a buttons. And when we click on that, it responds based on the logic written behind the scenes. Similarly, I want that whenever the data got displayed, okay, and if I click on submit, it should process my action, and based on the user enter data, it should process it and give me the outcome. So how can we achieve that? So for that, we have to use those on-click event listeners. These are events, okay? There are two types of events. One is HTML events, another one is LWC events. Please do not get confused. Tomorrow, when we'll go through the LWC events, please do not mix it with here. And in interview, you might be asked what are events in HTML or what are events in LWC. Try to get it clarify what are they asking. If it's in LWC, you have to tell those answers that we'll be discussing later. But if it's HTML, then you have to tell them about this on click, on change, on key up, all those things. So these are the event listener. Why we call it event listeners? Because they listen up to your actions. If you're clicking on it, they will listen to it, process it, and give it to you the output. So those event listeners are provided by Salesforce, by the web standards, and Salesforce is using those in their LWC framework. There are certain things that has to be keep in mind that I'll be telling you, but right now let's go with it. So here we have used on click. This is a syntax to use those event listeners, and these listeners are used on buttons, okay, or like based on the listeners. This is an on click which works only on the button. And this is a syntax to use those event listener equals to curly braces and the in the method name. This handle click is a function in JavaScript that will process the logic that you will be writing, that you will be going to write in that. These are the some supported events, and the exact list, and also the these events also varies with the lightning LWC base components. This is the LWC base component that is already provided by Salesforce. Okay. we go to the LWC Salesforce documentation. What suppose our requirement is to add a checkbox. We go through there, copy the LWC base component syntax and paste it in our VS Code. So these, and you have to go through those documentation. There are 3 tabs: specification, documentation, and one more, and the examples. So in the specification, you will be finding these events which are supported, because these events varies with the base components. Not all events works with all the base components. Okay, but so I'll be giving a walkthrough with of the events. One is the on click, which fires whenever the click is made on a button. On change, it fires only when a value is committed or entered, and not on every keystroke. Next comes up is the on key up, whenever a key is released. Okay, on blur, when you remove your mouse. So if you added a on blur on this continue button, sorry, then when you put your mouse away from here, it will get blurred. On input, used for real-time updates. So whenever you are adding any values, okay, and you want to get it processed instantly, then you use on input. Whereas on change only works whenever the value is committed. Okay, these are some of the LWC based components that I was talking about: input, combo box, and these you don't have to memorize it, but you have to be aware. I'll not say that you have to go through the entire documentation and go through and see what all are present. No, this is something that you have to develop in you, that whenever you get a requirement, if it's a button, if it's a checkbox, radio button, okay, data table, whatever you have to build in as part of your requirement, directly go to the documentation and see if you are able to find any of a supported base component. When you pick your base component, just try to read everything, because there, after every release, they try to make some updates on it. They try to add some events on it, and the events which I just showed you in my previous slide might not work with all the base components. So on change, on click is something which is very common and works with 90% or 99% of base component, but other events might not. Also, apart from this event, there are other events also that has been mentioned in the documentation. So that's why I'm saying, whenever you get a requirement, you you note down all those things, like how you are building up the structure. There are how many buttons, radio group, check boxes. Then you have to copy, because these base components are, you have to use it. You cannot, there's no point in creating a custom HTML buttons and all those things. No, please, a big no to that. You have to use those LWC base components, and accordingly you have to process. Okay, these are the simple input is just to get the user input. Combo box is a pick list value. Text area, when you are adding a text along with a checkbox group, when you have a multiple checkboxes, or a radio group. Data table, when you've been asked to display a data in a tabular form. As if so if your requirement is pretty straightforward, that hey, just please provide a component that can display the opportunity records in a tabular form, and there should be 5 columns or 6 columns and these many rows. So we'll go ahead with the data table. That's pretty straightforward. uh, so, and lightning card, as we have seen that many of us has used it in their lightning component. So it's just for a lightning card is just to add some cosmetics to our component to make it good looking. And these are the main things to keep in mind whenever you're writing writing a HTML file, and choosing a lightning based components and the events. Do not forget using key in loop. If you missed it, it will throw in compile time error. And no logic should be added inside HTML template. No, it's purely HTML. So whatever the logic that you have to add, choose JavaScript. If you are using if true, then do not use non-Boolean value. That is very, very important. You might miss in future, so that's why I'm highlighting it. You do not use non-boolean value whenever you are using if true in HTML template. The issue that you'll be getting in that case is you will not get expected result, and you'll get confused what is going wrong. So that's where you might not able to encounter this issue as well. So that's why it's very, very important. No script tag is allowed in HTML. No, not all DOM events work in lightning based component. That's why I mentioned that whenever you choose any of the lightning based component, you have to go through the documentation and see what are the supported events. Salesforce has clearly mentioned with a headline supported events for this component. Prefer base component over a raw HTML events to avoid issues. That is correct, because you might be very good in HTML, CSS, because you might have come from that background and you see, hey, I can quickly do that in custom HTML, but it may pull you in other issues. So it's better to avoid, and that is not needed. That's why Salesforce has given us these features, these base component already ready-made, so that we can use it, develop the feature quickly, and submit and provide it to the business so that they can use it for their business use cases and get the things out and bring in more revenue. So that's why LWC in picture. We are here to build the functionality using LWC, and that's why company are paying us. So always check Salesforce doc for detailed information on supported events for lightning based component, as I already mentioned. So this is very important. Anything, any questions, guys? Anything you didn't understood, you want to discuss? Please call it out. Okay, I'll take the silence as no. Moving ahead with the JavaScript. So, guys, we completed the HTML part, and I hope you guys have understood the meaning of template, for loops, uh, conditional stuff, and use of events in HTML. Anything which you want me to repeat, which you want me to reiterate on that, please let me know. Sounds good. So now we are moving ahead with JavaScript for LWC. What is the role of JavaScript, guys? Let me ask this question to you so that I'll have an idea how much you have done your homework in writing the yesterday assignment. Anyone? What is the role of JavaScript? Hello?
Handles the logics of
Okay, but
um,
yeah, anything else? Anything, something interesting which I might be missing telling you and you guys have encountered while doing your homework?
Designing part is mainly done in JavaScript, all the divs and tags and everything, the paragraphs, and then it even adds all the logic to it. Like if I have a button and how to click, so what will happen on that button? That
Mm-hmm.
event handler will be from JavaScript, though it will be in
Mm-hmm.
others page, but all that code, I mean, all the base is in JavaScript.
Mm, I think either
All the design, all the controls, and what those controls will do.
I think you mixed two stuff. Sorry, either I misunderstood or you you initially said it's control the design part. Sorry, design is something HTML is handling. That's a HTML area. Leave it to HTML. JavaScript is
Okay.
the engine that
Okay.
is driving the HTML. And so let me give you a very basic example. We as a human being, we have a UI. Everyone has a different UIs developed by God. And inside our body, there's a machinery, okay, which runs to make our expressions
Yeah,
better
I mean
or
what that
behave.
design is
Yeah.
going to do. That's why I gave the example.
Yes.
If there is a
Yes.
button, then what that
Hmm.
button is actually going to do, that will be in
Right.
JavaScript.
Perfect. 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 Perfectly said. Yes. Very well said. Anyone else wants to say something interesting, something new?
Mm, JavaScript is basically logic at a website, browser side,
Mm-hmm.
which will act as an layer between your HTML and your server, and
Mm-hmm.
it process it gets the data from server and can have logic in JavaScript, uh, and then present it to HTML.
Perfect. Perfect. Yeah. Very well said. So thanks everyone. Really appreciate your inputs. So yes, JavaScript is basically the controller which controls the UI, how that UI will perform based on user inputs, based on user input actions, how that will perform. And even if there is no user input, how that UI will showcase the data to the end users. That's where JavaScript plays a pivotal role. And it holds the component state as well, whether that component is active or not, and what all value variables that are shown on the UI are in which state. It is responsible for handling user events. If user tries to click on any button or hover the mouse on any of the area, how should the UI respond to that user action? In case if requires, it also make a call to server so that it can provide sufficient information to the user based on the inputs. It controls the UI rendering, how the data will display. And when I say UI rendering, it's like also means conditional rendering based on the conditions. If we want to display only particular section of the UI, JavaScript is responsible for that. As I mentioned, LWC is follows ECMA 6 JavaScript framework and beyond that. So ES6 JavaScript web standards are required for LWC. And now we'll be starting with the basic of JavaScript. What are variables? We all know we do declare variables in Apex. Variables are something that holds the data value, that is responsible to hold the value for the business process or for the particular transaction. Similarly, in JavaScript, we have variables, and we can declare those variables in three types: let, constant, and var. Let is used to define variable which is supposed to be block scoped. So that's why nowadays it is recommended to avoid using a variable with let, because when you declare a variable with let, it is only be applicable inside that particular block function or method. Next is a constant, which is called as const, and it's similar to the Apex. We in Apex also we declare a constants, which is immutable, means their values cannot be reassigned, and it provides an extra layer of safety. Next is a var, that is, sorry, I misspelled the let and var. So we have to let is something that which is block scoped and it is highly used, whereas var, it has to be avoided in case and if possible, because the scope of this variable is function scope, not within the block. And when it is called as function scope, means if you have written a function in JavaScript, like get opportunity details, square brackets, then you are opening curly braces and closing curly braces. Inside that you're writing a logic, and inside that if you're declaring a variable, then it will be limited inside that function only. And when I say block, it block means the entire JavaScript. Okay. Variables initialized with this value has undefined at runtime. You might encounter whenever you are, if you deploy a component on any record page, and if the at the runtime the value is empty, then it will not keep it as blank or null. It will be marked as undefined. And that's why ES6 plus standard recommend to avoid var. So although I would not say that it is a bad practice, it's just a recommendation. And many of our legacy applications are still using it. So it has not been depreciated. It is still active. Okay. So with these variable types, we declare variables in JavaScript. Now comes up the arrow functions. What is this arrow function? So there are two types of basically
So,
arrow function
Mohit,
is,
sorry,
yes.
Mohit, do you have examples of these variables so that I know the descriptions are there, but examples will help, right?
Uh, Examples means how can we declare it?
No,
So
so
see,
the declaration example is there, but when you say
mm-hmm,
block, when you say function scope,
mm-hmm,
when you say, right, having
mm-hmm,
that uh, as an pseudo code will help to
mm-hmm.
understand.
Okay, that thing. Okay, so let me consider your code. I'll take an example of your code then. I'll show it right away. Can you please share your screen and open up your code so that we can, let
Yeah,
me.
because I haven't used any variables over there.
Mm-hmm. We'll use it. We'll use it.
Do you want me to share my screen?
Yes, please.
Are you
Yes.
able to see?
Yes, I can see it. So let's start with the let variable. Okay. I want you to create a new function over here. With this thing, I'll be able to give you, yeah. On line number, on line number 14,
Hmm.
put a cursor, add enter, and add a function here. Get, get details, get opportunity details. Or function, yeah, no, just make it function demo. Let's make it function demo. It will be easy. Yeah, function demo. No, function is not a name. Yeah, demo. Yeah. So inside that, declare the variable var function var1 equals to hello, and let
So variable.
variable, give a variable name, anything that you feel like.
Okay. Test.
Hmm. Equals to, assign any value for to test var. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Now, no, remove this line number 17, and instead of let, put if statement. Yeah, if true.
Just true.
Yeah, just true. We are hard coding it. And after that, put a opening and closing curly braces. Inside this, now add let. Let test where to, or block where. Make it block where. Let block where equals to string Give any value.
So this you said function where, right?
Yeah. Okay. Now, after line 19, print both of the variables and see how it works.
Okay.
You know how we, yeah, console log. So, guys, in whenever we want to print anything, or whenever we want to debug anything, in Apex, we use system.debug, right? But in case of JavaScript, we use console.log. This is a statement that you have to memorize. Okay. And how we use it, I'll show you. So console.log, after that brackets, inverted commas, you have to give some value. And then instead of plus, Amrita, it's better to use comma. Because when you use plus, it gets concatenated. And if whenever you try to find out in a console, you won't be able to identify it. So it's easy to read when you use comma and space.
This one is it like this?
Yes, like this. Yes.
Yeah.
So if you use plus, it gets concatenated with the string value.
Yeah.
Yeah. In line number 21, add block where. Yeah. Okay. Now save it and deploy and see which value gets print.
Okay. So
Also,
I need to
also
call this somewhere, right? Isn't it?
you can call it and get name in line number 23. Yeah. Also, there is no need to check it, deploy it, and see. You will see. See, I'll show you one way. We can
Hmm.
check it in the UI as well. But I want you guys to understand how we can cross check it while coding. Okay. So there are
Hmm.
two ways. One is while coding we can check, and in the UI. So when you Amrita, when you declared at line number 18, and
Hmm.
sorry, when you declare at line number 16 the function where, okay, and then when you used it on line number 20, your line number 16 variable name got highlighted. Did you notice the difference between number 16 and line number 18? Function where and block where
Yeah. This is highlighted. This is
highlighted.
grayed out. Yeah.
Yes, because this is not highlighted because line number 21 is not able to access that.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're not able to access that, it it sits over there as idle. Now to make it accessible, if you copy this line number 21 and paste it after line number 18, and also you missed semicolon.
Hmm.
See, did you notice the difference?
Yeah.
That's how. That's a one way. So that's something that you'll understood, or that you'll try to catch it over a period of time. But I consider that we did it and we don't know how to catch it. So
Now tell me
Amrita
one
will.
thing.
Mhm.
I'm very JavaScript, right? I'm not having that good hands-on. So how to call this demo function now here in get name?
Using a this keyword, this dot demo,
Yeah, this dot name.
and opening and close brackets. Yeah, yeah. Remove one extra, and that's it. Now Amrita will deploy it and show it as on UI. So guys, any doubts on this? If you didn't understood, if you want me to repeat it. The reason why I'm choosing this approach is so that the person who is doing it will be able to understand it better. Also, the people who are viewing it will be able to capture it quickly and they can perform it parallelly. Check which variable got printed. You need to hard refresh the page.
Hmm. Block variable is not defined is what the component error or got. And
Correct. And your VS Code gave you a warning over there, although that's the problem. It fails at runtime, not at compile time. So ES Code didn't throw you an error, right? When you saved and deployed it. But when you executed it, it throws browser throws this error.
No, but it has printed the value. If we see
Well,
block
which
variable
is this
function,
statement?
yeah.
Can you go
So
back to
this is block variable value is what
okay,
console line number 22.
22. Mm-hmm.
It has accessed the value. Okay, my bad. I'll
That is
just.
the reason. Okay. So you have to comment that out. And
Hmm.
now if you could try, let's see how it works.
It has not printed. Block variable is not set.
So that is the quickest way to identify if your declared variable is not used anywhere in your JavaScript file. Also, do not get confused if you declared a variable in JavaScript and you used it in HTML and you're still wondering why it is not highlighted. No, it won't. You have to initialize or you have to make it accessible in JavaScript only. Then only that variable will get highlighted. Else it will be, you know, uh, dim, dull mode. So that's how
Now,
let
uh,
and variable works. Yeah. Yes,
yeah,
please.
that is true. But even if I declare the let variable in the function
Mm-hmm.
scope, will
Mm-hmm.
JavaScript stop me to do that?
No, your on line number 23, your name is different. It's above on 17, you use blockware 1, and here it's blockware. So make it
Yeah.
blockware 1 on line number 23. Yeah, see? It gives you three dots below B, L letters on line number 23. It gives you a warning. See, could not find name blockware. That means the text or variable name that you are using, it has never been defined anywhere else in your method or inside your JavaScript file.
Yeah, my question was not for
Mm-hmm.
this. My question was whether it is just a good practice, right, to use the where and let at appropriate stages, but JavaScript or any editor will not stop me using that. Means I can use a let in my function scope, or I can use where in my function scope, right? Is that is possible? Is what my question was.
So where is used when you want to use this variable globally,
Hmm.
and let is used when you want your variable to be limited inside a particular section. So here on line number 16, it's good. I mean, it's not making, don't worry that you will be pointed out that no, or your functionality will break. No, it won't happen. But if you are declaring a global variable inside a function, that doesn't make sense. It's better to declare it globally on above. If you scroll it little bit above, on line number 14, if you declare this, it's better. It's a right place to declare that variable on line number 14. Yes. You have to, after line number 13, you have to press enter. Just check the,
No, no, I think
yeah,
it is
cursor
not.
on.
Unexpected token constructor method was not
Property was
accepted.
after
I
var, yeah.
I think a where is not needed. Just the variable
Yes,
name is good
direct
enough.
variable name, you can add it. Can remove this. Yeah. So that's how you declare it globally. Also, using where or let, it's just how you make it accessible. You can use where inside a function as well, like I showed you,
Hmm.
and let also. So, but going up to the standards makes you a good developer. So
Okay.
what ECMA 6 standards suggest is to use var. That's how we should go with it.
Okay.
Mohit, I have a question. I was typing those in the chat, but maybe
Oh, sorry.
you were not
Yeah.
seeing those.
Yep. Sorry, Ravi.
No
Actually, I
problem.
got
So,
involved
no,
in this, so
that's
I don't.
okay. Yeah, it's hard to see at multiple times,
Yeah.
multiple places.
Yes. Yeah.
So
Can there
basically,
be
what I
multiple
wanted,
independent? Yes, I'm going through those one by one. Sorry about that.
that's okay. That's okay. Now I'm going to ask you because now I'm on out like off mute. So first things first. Uh, my thinking is that I would avoid using var because let is something which is modern ES6 uh,
Mm-hmm.
feature. So
Mm-hmm.
that is block scoped and that can do the work of war. War was an old way of doing things.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, it will cut down the confusion a lot. It will basically save our thinking that we do not have to decide let is good and good enough. Would that be a correct way to think about it? I mean, simple way. I mean, I can use where and let, but
Mm-hmm.
but just choosing one kind of convention like let is simple for us at this
So,
stage.
so you can consider that basically web standards has differentiated based on function scope and block scope. Whenever you use block, the opening and curly braces, the now previously what was happening is the var keyword, that's a traditional where that traditional way of declaring variables, was limited to the function scope. Whenever you are declaring any function, that var variable will be limited inside that particular function. But with the use of let, it's limited inside a block. When we say block, it's the opening and closing curly braces. So now you don't need a function for that. Now it's considering the block. Does it make
Okay,
sense?
okay, okay. So basically, what I'm saying is, would it be a correct strategy if I just use let? I forget
Yeah.
about war.
Yes, it's a correct strategy. In case of
Okay,
LWC, you can use let, and if you want to declare a global variable, you can directly declare it on top, just like Amrita showed, and we did it, right?
Yeah,
So you
actually,
can
that's what I
directly,
was
yeah.
having a confusion. Ravi has asked
Mm-hmm.
because where we haven't used anywhere actually. We don't use, and it was there in your documentation. That's why I asked. Better to have a code.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And my way of thinking is that war had some limitation and drawbacks. That's why they decided to come up with let. And if we still go in like sometimes with the war, then we are basically having the risk of um, having some uh, bugs and leaks and everything. So for that reason, because the advantage with let is that let's say in a block, if a variable is having let keyword, then it is only accessible within that block. Outside that block, our JavaScript will tell us that he doesn't know that variable.
Correct. Correct.
Okay.
That's the biggest improvement from function scope to block scope. That's what ECMA 6 standard brought in. Earlier, it was function scope. If you are writing a function, it will be limited to that. But now they have changed the wordings from function to block. And that's the catch point over here. When now it's block, if you put nested blocks, so accordingly, its scope will be defined. Just like on line number 18, if you put where and let, and see, let block where written on line number 22 is limited to the block where which is declared inside the if statement. Now it's block scope, not function scope.
Yes, yes. Line 22 is,
Mm,
yeah,
mm,
perfect. Okay.
yep.
So I got
So
my answer. Now
great.
const is also following the same advantages that it is block scoped. So
Yes.
const is when we do not want to change the value, and let is when
Yes.
when the variable can have the value changed.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Nowadays, whatever we are building, we are not going with var, and it's not recommended. But if you are working on a project and that is a very old project, you might find a lot of
Come across var.
variables.
Okay.
Yes, you might come across a lot of variables declared with var. Yes. I
Thank
see
you.
one of your
Thank you.
question. Can there be multiple independent template tags in an HTML file, not like nested the way you showed here?
No,
So,
but Naveen asked it, so I got
okay,
the answer.
okay,
The
okay,
only thing
okay.
which is pending is
Uh,
that in the do's and don'ts list, there was a point 3 that do
mhm.
not do not use Boolean. But
Non-Boolean
now,
value.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
So,
it's not that really showstopper. You can answer it later if it's not that.
no, I can answer it now. We are on the same track. So for that, do not use non-Boolean value. I'll show you. If you can share your screen and open up your component, I'll show it. Amruta, you can stop sharing your screen now.
Okay, give me 1 second. I think it should be visible.
Yes, it is visible. So you have to declare one non-Boolean variable in JavaScript. Use the same component. No, no, do not create a new one. Use the same one.
Okay.
It's easy for you to revisit and uh, reiterate the things when you come across. So yeah, create a non-Boolean variable. If it's already there, we can use the same one. Or if you want to create a new one, that's fine. Stage name is already there. We can use that one.
Yep. Or maybe
It's a text, or you
yes.
can create a new
Yes.
one. You can create a new
Yes.
one. Let's create a new.
Okay.
Remove this connected callback.
Okay. And um,
Yeah,
currency.
I want to see how you create a new variable. Yeah.
Currency is equal to
No, no, do
USD.
not create currency. Currency val. Make it
Currency val.
currency val. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Now, just put a semicolon and use this variable in HTML using if true.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, put another. Yeah, template tag. You have to put arrow before template,
Hmm.
else it will not show. If true, yeah. And remove this double inverted commas and put curly braces and yeah. Yes. No, cut the temp closing tag of temp, or you can use it like this. Okay, fine. That's fine. Yeah. Now let's test it, how it works. You need to save, deploy the JS file as well. Save it. You did not save the
Uh,
JS file.
oh, sorry, my bad.
Yeah, let's test it. So that's why, guys, I request you to complete those assignments. So that's why, so that I can use them and clear your doubts. And you can also correct me if I go wrong in a wrong direction. And you have the code with you, so that I don't have to share this code base with you.
No.
Because that
Okay, I need
condition
to
is not.
hard refresh.
Yeah, you can do that as well, and you can open the console if you want, but that's not needed because there's no logs. because
So
that if
basic,
true is yeah, just hard refresh the page and see first.
I was thinking that
Mm-hmm.
in the HTML, I have used currency keyword, right? So the way
Mm-hmm.
I would find it over here is search for currency. But before that, I will have to do Control Shift R.
Currency USD. Currency USD is showing up.
Do you see it here?
Yeah, I can see it here. I'm just
No, it will show, right? If you see Mohit, my example as well, if I did it, if I'm having a template LWC, if opportunity dot data, if it is present, then only display the thing, right? So it is not boolean variable, but it is a object.
object.
So opportunity dot data,
Mm-hmm.
data is containing a value, right?
Mm-hmm.
It is a reference of values, isn't it? Data.
Mm-hmm.
So if can I share my screen, Ravi? If
Yep, yes.
so here template LWC if this is a
Mm-hmm.
conditional rendering, right? Conditional
Mm-hmm.
rendering of the template. If
Mm-hmm.
opportunity dot data, if it is present, then only it will display the value.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what Ravi was doing, right? Currency. If currency,
No, that Ravi was using if true. And if true was, I missed another thing. So if true and if false directives are basically a legacy directives, guys. And just now I'm checking the documentation. So instead of that, whatever you have reused, even Ravi and Amrita, LWC colon if, those are being used. So I'll correct my PPT as well. And we do not have to go with the if true and if false directives, because those are no longer recommended as per the latest release updates on documentation. And we have to use the LWC if, else if, or else. Okay. And also, yes. So accordingly, based on the values, uh, true and false, yeah, so those are correct. And the statement which I have used, non-boolean values, so that is no longer valid. So I take that as a note to correct in my PPT. Thanks, Ravi, for pointing it out. uh,
Uh, no, I'm just saying thank you that currency is coming now, and
mhm.
I think it is coming because we are using LWC if.
That's what I said. LWC if, this if true and if false, it was coming previously also when you used if true and if false.
Okay,
When you use if true, it was coming there. And this if true and if false, do not use it in your projects going forward. And because those are very legacy directives and Salesforce doesn't recommend them now, instead of that, they came up with LWC if, else if, and else, that you have already used it over here on line number 5 and on line number 2. Yes, so
but
make
Mohit,
sure.
my
Yes, please.
original question remains unanswered. Like
Mm-hmm.
your original statement was that do not use booleans. So this
Yes, yes.
currency is not a boolean.
It's a
It's a
text.
string value.
It's a string. Yes, yes. So
So
for
what
that,
is the inference?
so for that thing, because uh, that is a miss from a side. That's why I said that I'll be correcting that thing, and we have
Oh,
to
okay,
replace that statement. And I'll I'll come up
okay.
with the use case for LWCF and what are the use cases and what are the accepted types of variable for LWC if and else if, and I'll share
So
the example with you.
yeah. So
Okay,
Ravi,
okay.
if you remove the value, make it blank, and just test it. So we'll see what is coming.
So because it is blank, it doesn't have any value. So that means it is false, and that's why it's not showing.
So it is actually acting as an checking for an object. Object has a value, display. If doesn't have a value, don't display. It's like that.
Not object, I think variable,
No,
because object is
yeah,
different thing, right?
Yeah.
right.
So maybe variable or object, anything.
Yeah. So you are right. Variable right now doesn't have any value. So this
Mm,
LWC if is coming as false. If this is
mm.
false, this thing will not be shown. But the moment we basically give it even a number like 100, means
Yeah.
giving a value to it,
Do not
then
put
it should
give a
start.
string value, Ravi. Just try to enter any text value or number and see.
Yes. So it is 100.
Hmm.
And just let me reload. Okay, it's coming again.
Currency.
It
Yep.
was coming.
Mhm. So instead of number, just put any text value over there in string without in inverted commas, not a string.
Okay,
Just
okay.
test that as well.
What that makes a difference, Mohit? Because maybe silly question, but what will that make a difference?
So if just put true over there,
Then it will become Boolean, right?
No, don't put true. Put any thing. LWC. Put LWC.
yeah, put LWC.
I have to give it in quotes to make it
No, no,
string.
no, don't give it in quotes. I just wanted to show you how compiler will behave to that. Just put
Okay.
LWC and save it.
It won't allow me to save because it doesn't know
Mm-hmm.
this, right?
It doesn't. Yep. So, yep. So that's.
So
But
let
there
me
is
try
a
to
question to
deploy it.
me. No, there is a pending question at my end that I'll answer you in our next session with an example, because
Hmm.
that is the Boolean thing. Because one of this tag does not work with a non-Boolean variable, and I'll definitely give you an example for that.
Oops. Salesforce is not defined.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
Salesforce,
that is
it is
fine. That
thinking
is
it is a
correct.
variable, whereas we are giving
It's
it as a
yeah,
value.
yeah. Right, right, right. So it has
So
even
we
given you
have
a
to.
compile time error. So that's fine. That's fine.
Why it does not stop us from deploying it?
No, it gave you a compile time error. I think you didn't
Yeah,
you know that.
it was showing a red squiggle line, but
That's
deployment
so.
worked fine. So I thought maybe
No, no,
Yeah,
no.
uh,
that is what the beauty of JavaScript. I have also understood. It will not stop your deployment, but component will not work.
I'm
It
just
will
doing a
give.
hard refresh after specifying the value in quotes. Yeah, and now it's back to okay. Sorry. Yeah, that was a good learning. Thank you.
Yep. So I have noted down that thing, and I'll explain you guys on that with an example in our next session, because this is very important and there is a use case. The use case comes with a JSON actually, Ravi and Amrita. When you have a when you declare a JSON formatted variable or an array in JavaScript, and there if you have to declare multiple variables, and if you use those in HTML, that time it breaks. So I'll show you guys that a complete example. No worries.
Yeah. And
Okay.
just one request, Mohit, because HTML, right, LWC, when it comes to three parts, HTML, JavaScript, and Meta, you will get ample of help for HTML and for Meta. But for the JavaScript, right, is what at least I'm interested and keen to understand the syntax properly, do's and don'ts of the JavaScript, and how
Mm-hmm.
to use it efficiently is what I'm looking out in this training, Mohit,
Mm-hmm.
explicitly for the
Okay.
JavaScript.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Noted.
Yeah,
Uh,
even I feel so that JavaScript is a beast and it is
mm-hmm.
very unpredictable at times.
Yes.
So, whatever are the bad practices that
Mm-hmm.
if we could learn, like Ravi, never do this, like where,
Mm-hmm.
try to avoid it.
Mm-hmm.
That is
Mm-hmm.
something if you can give us, that will be a value addition.
Mm-hmm. Sure, sure. That's a very, very good suggestion. And yes, definitely we'll do it. And that's why I ask you guys to do it on your own, because that's where you will never forget those things. So also, as we are on the JavaScript topic only, let's use another session, another thing. Share anyone of you share your screen, and we'll just go ahead with another topic on that. So
You want to come, Amruta?
Yeah, I'm fine.
okay, go to the JavaScript. Yeah. So just reiterating what we did learn so far in JavaScript: declaring a variable, we're using let, const, and var. Var is outdated. Go ahead with let. Variable declaration is done. Initialization is also done. Okay. How to declare a function? Function is declared by giving a name, writing a name on line, which is already done on line number 17, and ending it with open and close brackets and then curly braces. Now, the demo written over here defines a function in JavaScript. Okay. And whatever you write inside that function is responsible to process that. Now, a key thing to note over here: when you write a lot of code in JavaScript, okay, the order of execution is not defined. In JavaScript, if you have multiple functions, okay, the order of execution of the functions are not defined like we have in Apex or in Java. So in order to execute your function one after the other, okay, then you have to make a call. So Amrita, I request you to create two more functions, demo 1 and demo 2, and just add a single statement inside that, uh, instead of adding these many things. So we'll be just going through that use case. Yeah. Console. Yeah, that is fine. Just add one console logs. Okay. And similarly, create two more functions, demo 2, demo 3. And the key, one more thing to keep in mind when you write a code in JavaScript is to make sure that you are indenting the code and formatting the code. So in order to do that, uh, select all the code in the VS Code and right click on the file and format it. I'll show you how it's done. So control all, yeah, right click.
Yeah.
Right click anywhere. Format selection with. Yes. TypeScript and JavaScript language feature. It's done. Okay, make sure to follow this practice. It will make your code clean and easy to read. Okay, now you have written 3 functions, and
Mm.
also I want you to make an Apex call if every one of us is comfortable with that. I hope the audience here knows Apex. So I want you to write a one controller and write a small method over there. Just return any, add any SOQL query, anything.
So
Select
right
ID
now
from.
your classes is not there. I need to create a classes folder, no?
No, 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 no. Classes folder is so it should have already automatically created when you no.
No, it has created only Aura and LWC.
No
When I
worries.
created a normal template, no? Create new file.
Create Apex class.
Hmm.
No, no, no.
Class.
Click on classes. Right click on classes. Yeah. Click here. Create Apex class. Scroll down. Yeah. Second one. Second one. SFDX colon create Apex class. Yes. Name, give a name. Opportunity controller. Yeah. Remove this constructor and just create one method with aura enabled,
Hmm.
and that method should return boolean.
Boolean is it?
Yep.
Boolean.
Syntax is not right. Public
Yeah.
static.
Uh, public.
Make it aura enabled as well.
Yeah, yeah. What method name you want me to give?
Give anything. Demo opportunity. Yeah.
Yeah, it has created the syntax.
Mhm.
So shall I return just Boolean?
Yeah, return just boolean. Just there's no need to this try catch. Remove. You can remove this try catch block. No need to put debug statement. There's nothing. So there's no. Instead of debug, just put return.
Okay.
Just declare one variable here, string, or directly you can return true. That's fine. Yeah. Save it, deploy it. Uh, Go to JavaScript. So the use case is when you make an Apex call, imperative Apex call in JavaScript, and you have multiple functions written over there, then those functions will not get executed in the order they have been defined. So do not,
No,
yes,
no,
these,
I haven't used that.
sorry.
I haven't used that controller. I have just created a controller.
You can import that controller in JavaScript. I was just
Okay.
telling you one point to note. You can do that parallelly. That's fine. So I was saying that this is a use case which I'm showing you that when you make an imperative Apex call, okay, inside your JavaScript, and you have multiple functions written in JavaScript, then the order of execution of those functions are not defined by the order they have been written. So here you have written, okay, fine. Let's Amrita complete this thing.
So I have to do Salesforce.
Like,
What is the syntax
yeah.
here?
So it's at the rate Salesforce slash your method class name dot method name.
Is the
Salesforce
color
slash Apex, Salesforce slash Apex slash class name dot method name. And it comes as a single inverted comma instead of double. And you have to close that in the end. Yeah.
is correct now?
No, they're still not correct. Yeah, Salesforce spelling is wrong.
Hmm.
Yeah, now it's correct. So you have not used this thing, that's why it's not highlighted. Now you have to use it after line you can remove, yeah. You can keep this wire as it is. After this, you can make a call. Like, no need to, oh, okay, you can make wire call as well. That's fine. Make a wire call or a direct call, that's up to you.
So do you want me to directly call it?
Hi, it's up to you either way. That's fine. I would recommend use the direct call as of now. There are two ways. So let's
Can
not
you
get.
guide me? Can you guide me?
Yeah, sure. Okay. So just type the name of that method
Hmm.
which you have written in after import statement. Okay. After that, opening,
Hmm.
that's the syntax. And open brackets, first open in close brackets and then the curly braces. I'm pasting that syntax on the
Yeah,
chat.
this one.
Yes, this one. And after that comes up the way we do not have any variable parameters, so that's fine. After this, no, do not put the semicolon. Remove the semicolon and put dot, then double square brackets,
Double square.
double open brackets. Yeah, result. One more like this. Dot, then result.
Are you typing it?
Yeah, I'm typing on the chat.
Okay.
Console.log, like this. And close this again, one more bracket. Oh, yeah, close it. One is missing. No, not curly braces. Yeah, and then semicolon.
Still something is wrong. Here result. I don't think here double. Hmm.
Dot, then there's one is missing. That is fine. Wait, let me give you the entire thing on the chat, okay? That will that way it will be easy. Just a second. Use this.
Of just then part, right?
Yes, from then. Now remove one extra dot. Now what is missing? In the console, just add on line number 18, remove this extra space. We do not have any parameters out there.
This one is not required. Cache, I think. This is not
Catch
required.
is that is fine. It's just a good practice to add it, catch. So you have to add a semicolon here. Yes. Here is one semicolon missing. Just copy this thing and send it to me over the chat.
This one, opportunity hole.
Mhm. Yeah. Okay. Oh,
Anyone talking?
No, I think Mohit is doing something in the background.
Oh, okay.
Amrita,
Yeah, hi. How do we?
if you can go to that screen in the controller, you see in line 17 in the round brackets you have used curly braces.
Hey Mohit, we cannot hear you. Can you hear us?
Yeah, just take this out and save it.
But still some issues there.
I think it is saying because it is found that then but not catch. So then and catch both are needed. So
Okay, then
now,
I'll copy that catch part. This one.
Let me reply to Mohit. No.
Okay, result is declared but never used, and this is declared but never used. Okay, console
Hmm.
log.
Yeah, just write anything, but in after that comma result.
Hmm.
Similarly, semicolon and copy this line in the catches, but with error.
Hmm. But still some error is the syntax is expected. Bracket is expected here or colon. Here
Give
also.
me give me 1 second. Let me see.
Just see the syntax, are they correct? I think it is not correct.
Is it possible that in place of result and error, like in line 19,
Hmm.
you can take out these blue round brackets?
This one.
Yeah, and similarly do it for error as well. Now there is an extra. This when this you see red curly brace, that means it's an extra thing. It's not needed before catch.
Hello.
Yeah.
Am I
Now,
audible now?
yes.
Okay. Don't know, something wrong.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're
This
audible,
one.
Mohit.
Okay. Thanks.
In line
So
23, just remove that extra red curly brace. Save.
no, we can remove this catch block. That's fine.
No,
Okay.
it is giving error actually. You cannot have then without.
No, you have to add one more bracket.
Yeah. Where do I need to add?
After this on line number 21, and this one more bracket will come after then. And inside after is opportunity valid, in the square brackets you have to add curly braces, because that's where as we do not have any parameter to pass on, so we can keep it as blank.
This like
Yeah.
this.
Yes, and now on line number 21 you have to put semicolon. Hmm. Okay, can you remove above var method once? Just comment it out, line number 14 and 15. Why it's still, and put your hover your cursor on this line number 17. What is it showing? Oh, this expected. Do we have already? Can you scroll it up? Show me your import statement.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'll show you. Just a minute. I'll just
Mm-hmm.
correct it, whatever I have removed, and I'll go there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Is opportunity valid from at the rate fx controller? This seems to be fine. Yeah, this
Okay.
seems to be fine. And to that parameter dot that result equals to bracket and this. Yeah, just write this parameter declaration expected. Why we don't need to send? I mean, that's not mandatory.
Okay.
His opportunity at the top in the import was grayed out. That means it is not used.
It is not referenced. Is this? Did you copy it from there? Is the name correct? It's just copied from line number 3.
Yeah, yeah. It is like opportunity valid.
Yeah, just copy it from there, Amrita. Just copy from there and paste it there.
Hmm.